When you ask an AI a question, it answers in seconds. It feels like the machine is thinking. It isn't. There is no mind inside it and no understanding. There is just a chip running one kind of math faster than you can picture. Here is exactly how it works. This is a graphics card, or GPU. It was designed to render video games, but it turned out to be ideal for running AI. Most of this card is just cooling. The three fans, the metal fins, and the heat sink all do one job. They move heat away from the chip, remove all of it, and you reach the part that does the real work. This chip in the center is smaller than a coaster. Every answer an AI gives passes through it. For everything AI can do, write, answer, and draw, this chip really does only one thing. It takes two numbers, multiplies them, and adds the result to a running total. Multiply, then add. That is the entire operation. The power was never in the operation itself. It is in how many times the chip can repeat it. So what does it multiply? Numbers, and not one at a time. When you type a sentence, the AI does not see words. It breaks them into pieces called tokens, and turns each token into a long list of numbers. Line those lists up, and you get a grid called a matrix. Everything the model has learned is stored the same way as grids of numbers. For an AI, thinking is this. Take your grid, multiply it by its stored grids layer after layer until one final number comes out. That number is the next word. But where do those numbers come from? The model is not programmed with them, it learns them. During training, the model reads enormous amounts of text and guesses the next word over and over. Every time it guesses wrong, it adjusts its numbers by a tiny amount. Do that billions of times, and the numbers slowly settle into values that work. What you are watching now is the finished model using those numbers. That step is called Inference, and it is what runs on this chip every time you press enter. Here is the problem. Multiplying two large grids is not one calculation, it is millions of them. A normal processor, a CPU, is powerful, but it works like a few highly skilled people solving problems in order. It has a handful of strong cores, usually 8 to 24, each built for complex tasks done one after another. Ask it for millions of tiny multiplications and it gets through them slowly. A GPU is built the opposite way. Instead of a few powerful cores, it has thousands of much simpler ones, all doing the same multiplication at the same moment. This card has over 16,000 of them. Each GPU core is far simpler than a CPU core. But for the one job AI needs, thousands of simple workers beat a few brilliant ones. That is why AI runs here, and not on the processor in your laptop. Then engineers went one step further. Some of these cores are special. A normal core multiplies two numbers at a time. A tensor core takes in a small grid in a single step. It is built to do nothing but matrix math, which is the exact thing AI needs. The first tensor cores handled 4 by 4 blocks at once. One step, a whole section of the grid. This is the part of the chip that makes modern AI fast enough to feel instant. There is one more trick. These numbers do not need to be exact. A value of 0.499 works almost as well as 0.5, so the chip can store and multiply numbers using fewer digits of precision. Less precise numbers are smaller, they move faster, and they let the cores run more of them at once. For most AI work, that lost precision makes no real difference to the answer. It is a trade the hardware makes on purpose. Speed, in exchange for precision the model does not need. Put it together and the numbers stop feeling real. This one chip runs more than 80 trillion calculations every second. 80 trillion. And it fits in your hand. It holds 76 billion microscopic switches on a piece of silicon, smaller than a coaster. It needs everyone. A model like GPT-3 stores 175 billion numbers. To produce a single word, the chip works through roughly twice that, around 350 billion calculations, for one word. That is why the answer arrives instantly. The chip is not thinking faster than you, it is counting at a scale you cannot picture. This leads to the part most people get wrong. You would assume the limit is the math, how fast the cores can multiply. It is not. The cores are so fast that they spend most of their time waiting. The real bottleneck is getting the numbers to them. All of those billions of stored values sit in memory on the edge of the card. Every single word means moving them across to the cores. The wires cannot move them fast enough. Engineers call this the memory wall. The hardest part of the AI boom is not the computing, it is the carrying. So here is the whole process, start to finish. You type a sentence. The chip breaks it into tokens and turns them into a grid of numbers. That grid is multiplied through the model's stored grids, layer after layer, pulling billions of values in from memory as it goes. Out of the final layer comes a single number. That number is the next word. Then the chip does the entire thing again for the word after that, and again until the answer is complete. All of it, in about the time it took to read this sentence. So step back. The answer, the intelligence, the thing that feels like magic is this: thousands of small cores multiplying grids of numbers faster than the wires can feed them. There is no mind in the machine. The most advanced AI on Earth runs on a chip that does exactly one thing. It multiplies and it adds. It just does it 80 trillion times a second.